All right, welcome back to the show. We're still talking about the issue of internet fraud and why it has become an option, why it seems to have become an option for young people. All right, we are joined this morning by Adetomiwa Badiwale. Adetomiwa, good morning.
Good morning, Tomisin.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show. I know that you have had cause to interact with quite a number of young people, some who are involved or some who do online businesses and all other things. What do you think is responsible for young people wanting to go into Yahoo?
Greed. Point blank. Dangote is 62 years old. Otedola is 56 years old. But these people want to be like Otedola, they want to be like Dangote when they're 18, when they're 20 years old. And you see that it is actually greed when you find out what they use this money for. When they get the money, what do? They buy expensive clothing, they buy cars, drive around with no destination in particular.
Yes.
It's a useless life, they know. And that is why most of them go ahead to start NGOs when they don't have anything to do with their life. Because they're trying to give themselves a sense of responsibility, social responsibility, because they have now realized that, okay, what's the point? So it is greed, point blank. And I feel like it has started from the roots, from the family institution. If families could actually tackle greed in little kids, such that they are content by the time they grow up, they would see an opportunity to choose Yahoo and they'll be like, nah. Because there's a lot of pressure these days, especially with social media. There's a lot of pressure. You see people you grew up together already driving cars and all of those. But some of us that have the understanding that these things are supposed to take time. The people we look up to spend years building the empires they now own. We understand that that is the process, that is supposed to be the way. There is no shortcut. Many of these Yahoo boys end up dying young because some of them go through some shortcuts to get here. So it is not worth it, really. So I'm putting it to families right now because I can say there's almost nothing we can do about the ones that are already into it now. They can't go back because they have to meet up with their social expectation. So we can only cut it short.
But the younger ones, the secondary school students,
Yes.
are now doing Yahoo. In fact, recently, about a couple of months ago, there was a school discovered in Ogba.
Yes.
Where they have Yahoo school, owned by a 25-year-old, who trains other young people in the business.
Yes, I'd like to continue from where he stopped, where he talked about the failure of the family institution. You now find that many parents would now shame their kids if their kids are not doing so well. They would demand that you go and do whatever it takes that your mates are doing. Christmas is around the corner. Very soon people will be traveling home, traveling in very, very big cars, of which the source of those vehicles can never be traced. And like what he said, many of them drive around without any destination. And so now this thing has the probability of making other kids look embarrassed because they are among their peers and then they don't have such luxury around them. What now happens is that they will now tell themselves whatever it takes. Because if you actually check this issue of fraudsters, the Yahoo in quotes, it involves a lot of script writing, that is coding. Now, if your child goes to school to acquire skills in coding, it takes that child close to about 3 years to perfect coding when coding is done properly. But you will see, because he's into crime, they learn script writing in less than 6 months.
Wow.
Within a year, they're already making money off it.
So there are potential, that there is actually a lot of eating potential inside of them, but rather than them exploring it,
yes,
you
it
know,
is now
they use it for something
negatively.
else.
Yes. So I would like to appeal to the government. What should be done? Yes, he said that those ones who are into it now cannot be salvaged. I agree to some extent, but still, we can now give them like you want to appeal to their consciences
Yes.
to say, okay, let us give this waiver. Why don't you come and work with us in EFCC or the police, and we will lighten your jail sentence? Okay? So if somebody has committed fraud and you know that he's up for about 10 years, why don't you give him 2 years of suspended time and let him work for the
Work for
law
the police.
enforcement? Yes.
Possibly do an intelligence gathering and all of that for them.
Yes.
Mr. Emeka, you're giving us some good ideas this morning. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We're
Thank you.
joined
It's
by
my
another
pleasure.
young person this morning. And this young person is also going to be talking to me. I intentionally brought young people to the studio this morning because they are the ones that are mostly affected by this. And this young person happens to be doing another kind of business, online, offline kind of business, as Adetomiwa is doing. Another quick, tiny break will do, and you get to meet our next guest.
Don't fool me, no. My love for you now for life, for life. That like nobody can take you away. I will stay with you, lie, titty lie, titty lie. Hey. When you enter body, when love enter body, and so, you gonna do me like crazy, and I dey feel you, my baby. Na 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 na. Ah, baby, oh fuck right on, shawty. Oh yo, bello for me, baby, you fool. Oh ginger my body, giddy gum. You be my number one, oh, and I don't feel like you. Me I can't deny you. Now me and you forever.
All right, good morning. We're joined again in the studio by the young man in that video that you just watched. Super Balat is here with me in the studio. And to young people in the studio this morning means that we're really hoping for some good business. And I'm wondering, Super Balat, young people, I'm particularly concerned about young people, and I know you're a young person.
Sure.
What exactly, Tomiwa said it is greed that makes young people run into Yahoo and wanting to live this super fast life. Do you agree?
I agree to that, but sometimes it's due to unemployment. You understand? Like you go to school, you study for like 4 or 5 years. After the whole stress and everything, studying in school, you serve the nation for a year. So at the end of the day, you sit down at home for a year, 2 years, 3 years, no job, nothing. So, and you see your friends doing well. So you be like, guy, what's up? How are you making this money? The next thing is going to tell you, go and buy iPhone or go and buy laptop. Let me teach you the way. And you see you doing this thing, you're making 50,000, from 50,000, you're earning 100K without stress. So that's good cash. Before you know, he's going to teach his younger brother or people around him.
And that's how they form a
So that's it.
conglomerate
So
of
before you
Yahoo-
know,
of
they'll
Yahoo
be
fraudsters.
clubbing, they'll be enjoying their life, no stress, they don't sweat to make the money. So I think it's due to lack of employment, because if there's job for these people, I don't think nobody's going to venture into Yahoo.
But really, what about the family values? Where does it come into play here? Parents also place these demands on their kids and say, give this to me, or I would like to say this in Yoruba, I'll repeat it in English. Like the child of so person is doing well. Why is your own different?
Yeah. One thing about our society is that, when a child gets to a certain stage, the parents want in return, like they believe that, okay, this child is meant to be taking good care of me. And they said, is the child that is doing well, the parents will Yeah, our
embrace,
money,
you know.
when we are this, my so that's just it. So you see Emeka, say, Emeka has built 1 house, 2 house, 3 houses. You still there, you calling your parent that you owing for rent of like 100K. They'll be like, why are you like this? Why can't you do what Emeka is doing? You understand?
That
So
makes
to make
Emeka
it,
different.
so that's just it. So and you have younger ones there and things like that, and you are clocking like 32 years old, and you don't even have up to 50K in your account. So you want to go into any fraudulent activities. And when it comes to Yahoo, it's not only online. We have the 19s. We have so many fraudulent activities on streets. You understand?
Wow.
So it's not until you go online to
actually do it.
scam or do anything.
Wow.
There are so many forms of fraudulent activities.
Even on the streets.
On the streets, the 19s, whereby they will give you, okay, I want to sell this phone for you, all those kind of things. Okay, I want to sell this house for you, they will fraud you and everything. So, though the fraudulent act has been since the 90s now. So, but the thing is getting
more rampant
yeah.
amongst young people. Tomo, you want to react to that?
Yes, I would like to say something a lot of people don't agree with, but I'll back it up. There are jobs in Nigeria, but there are no job-ready graduates. And I'll blame it on two people. I'll blame it on the family system and the education system. Now, families push their kids to go and do what they want. And then your father says, I want you to be a doctor. But you know so damn well that this child does not have the capacity to be a doctor, neither the interest to be a doctor. And that child struggles for 2-3 years trying to make jam. And at the end of the day, he just says, just go and do any course. Please, is there any job?
No. There are specific jobs.
So when you do any course, what do you expect when you graduate?
Any job.
So, and then when you do the course, a lot of courses, I feel like a lot of courses should be scrapped. There's no point. Because there are no jobs that you can use those courses for outside, right? So it's not that there are no jobs. We see a lot of Chinese people in Nigeria. We see a lot of Japanese people. We see a lot of Germans. Those guys come to Nigeria with companies. They set up companies here, and they still bring their guys to come and work there. Not because they are racist, but because there are no capable Nigerians to do those jobs. If I'm doing a business, I want people who can drive my business.
And that's why you employ them.
That's why I can't employ you just because you need a job. I would employ you because you have something to offer. So many of our graduates do not have anything to offer.
And it's the fault of the educational system, you say?
Exactly. So the solution, which I would prefer, because the government, obviously, is beyond our control. We just keep suggesting stuff. The solution is in the hands of the graduates themselves. Let them start learning, for us, for young people and the guys that are behind us, almost every job is online. Even if you're going to a physical office, you're going to do something online. So let us start learning these future skills while we are in school. So that by the time you are out, you have something to offer. Even if it is an internship for a few months, so that you can actually practice what you've learned, that works. But then you find that there are jobs, and then it is easy. Some of us didn't have to wait for so long to get a job. Whereas I have people who have been staying at home for 5 years and still don't have a job because they don't know that they need to be job ready. Nobody's going to employ you because you're unemployed.
Now, this is talking about job. You are in an informal sector. You're a musician.
Sure.
Why did you go into music?
I go into music because that's what I have passion for.
Wow. You went to school, and then you now decided to go into music.
Yeah, I went into music when I finished my secondary school before I went to Crown State Polytechnic.
And so you finished school. So that's it.
Sure.
You have the education, despite the fact that you went to school.
Sure.
It didn't rubbish your dream.
Sure.
Tell me, talk me through how you went into that career.
I started my career when I was a teenager. So though it was interesting, but nevertheless, my parents wanted me to go to school, because they believe so much in education. Because they know this entertainment thing is just within a short period of time. I can't do it for like 30 years to get to some certain stage whereby
Well, you have to pull back.
Yeah. So that's why they told me that education, is very important, that I need to go to school. So when I was in school, I go to shows.
What did you study?
I study urban and regional planning.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
So
Can you still practice?
sure. I'm very good in drawing. I'm
Wow.
good in,
So despite the
neighborhood drawing.
fact that-
I work at Ministry of Environmental Science.
Despite
Yeah,
the fact that you're an
also.
artist,
Sure.
you still work?
Sure.
So, because
And because I need money to fund my
your
musical
music career,
so
okay, and you are not taking the shortcut.
Sure.
You're actually doing the proper way.
I do some other jobs too, because my father is a plumber. You understand? So sometimes I do the plumbing jobs. When I was
This
much
is
younger,
an inspiring young man.
when I was much
You
younger.
do plumbing, you
Sure.
draw.
So when I finished school, my brother is an engineer, so it drew me closer to him that, okay, I'll go to site with him, I'll do the neighborhood drawing, I'll do some kind of inspection. So from there, I gathered money, I owned my own studio. So from there, I turned to a producer and
An
artist.
artist.
So from the production job, I'm using the money to promote
To fund your
myself.
own
So
music.
that was just it.
That's fantastic. And for me, this is a young man that I would look at and say that has done quite a lot for himself. You went to school, you do plumbing, you do drawings,
Sure.
you're still doing your music, you're producing
am
for other
producing music.
people,
Sure.
and you're making money from it.
Sure.
Why are young people not pursuing their dreams in such a manner? If you can do it, or are there some people that can do it? Or is it something that is limited to some group of people?
No, anybody can do it. As in, if you want to do it, you can. But most people out there, they just want to make the cool cash without working. They want the flamboyant life without hustling for it. They want quick money. They just want to buy Benz, they want to buy so many things, lots of good things. They want to wear Givenchy, all those kind of things. So,
And relevance take hard work.
so
Relevance does take hard work. That just occurred to me right now. Tommy, what do you do?
Currently, I'm the brand executive and data analyst at a training institute here in Lagos, based in Fusion.
Brand executive. That sounds like big English.
Well,
You brand for companies,
yes,
organizations,
personally, yeah.
people,
But the institute I work at is a training institute.
for young people.
Yes.
Wow. What do they
And
train
also
them
for
on?
old people.
For old
Anyways,
people as well.
the professional courses.
Wow.
Professional courses. So people could leave school who don't have any particular skill. They will come, get a skill, get a certification, something that is worth something to your employer.
And then you can use that to now look for a job.
Look for a job.
Wow. In addition to the certificate that you have
That you
already.
already have.
What did you study?
I studied English and literary studies.
Wow. And you are doing digital, which means you are into IT.
Yes.
Basically. And I know you used to act.
Yeah, I used to.
Wow. So we have two young people in the studio this morning, and for me, if these are young people, I'm sorry, under the age of 30?
yeah.
Under the age of 30. These are young people under the age of 30. Graduates are doing fantastic job. They're working. They have their careers. They have their passion. They're pursuing their passion, and they are not picking Yahoo as an option. So if you talk to young people, first of all, let Tomiwa talk to young people first,
Okay.
because you're going to tell me how many songs you have. So if you're going to speak to young people, look into the eye of the camera and talk to me, are young people who are looking for, other options, who are hungry to be relevant, how do they go about it?
The first thing I would tell any young person right now is calm down. Right? Because it takes time to attain relevance. Like he said, he was a teenager since he started doing music. A lot of other musicians that you now know spent years, tens of years for some of them, before they actually got relevance. It takes hard work. So don't expect overnight success. When you're not expecting overnight success, everything else comes easy. And then from there, then you can now go to, okay, what can I offer? Because nobody's going to give you money if you're not offering any skill. And then there are two ways to do it. You can either follow a passion. There are some passions that you can't monetize. So if you find that your passion is not something you can monetize, then you have to find a side skill. But if your passion is something you can monetize, then build on it in such a way that people will pay you for it. And then the other thing to do is to look around you. That, okay, what do these people need? What can I sell to these guys to make money, basically? So when you know the kind of audience you have, then you know the kind of service or products to offer them, so that you don't just go to start a business that would pack up after 3 months.
Thank you very much, Samoa, for that particular tidbit. Now, bros, how many songs do you have?
Yeah, I have so many songs. Couple of songs.
How many albums?
No album yet. No.
Okay.
Just keep
but
pushing.
you keep pushing the songs as singles and singles.
But at
and
the moment, I have 3 videos.
Wow. Are you going to you draw a lot, and you say you draw well. Are you going to redesign this studio for me? Because you need to need to do some drawing for me.
Sure, I can
and
do
I'll
that.
get to you can do that.
Sure.
I'll take you up on it too. I don't make empty
No
promises.
problem, I can do that.
I don't keep empty promises. Now we've listened to your music. I know that in the course of the show they've used your music quite a number of times, and I'd like you to speak to young people who would want to aspire to be like you. You're a multifaceted man doing fantastically well and enjoying a life. I want you to speak into the eye of the camera and talk to young people who want to be like you.
Yeah, I go by the name Super Ballads. So what I think the young people need to do is they just need to take their time. They need to discover themselves in any legitimate skills. You know, they can. You know, it takes years. It takes years. So don't let anybody to rush you. So don't be intimidated by all what you see online. You know, so many fake things out there. You know, some people use another person's car to pose, and you feel the person owned the car. So don't be intimidated by all those kind of things. So just take your time, go to school, and, you know, with time, everything gonna be all right. You know, just take your time. Because though I've been doing music for years now, over 10 years, so see, man, I'm still praying to God, you know. So just take your time.
And you're making money.
I'm making money, but not that huge money, but still, you know, still okay for me, you know.
Still
so
okay for
that
you.